Never take a break, especially those who target the elderly. The latest type of scam sweeping the state right now has to do with the census. That process is getting underway. Joining us to tell us about it this morning is the Commissioner of the Department of Consumer Protection, Jerry Farrell. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. This is the time where we are getting geared up for the 2010 census. Workers are beginning the process. And it's just another opportunity for scam artists, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. And we've taught people, have your guard up when people are asking about your date of birth, your social security number. Well, many of the questions that the census asks are those kind of questions that would cause you to hike your guard.
We've learned and we've heard so much, and it's become more and more relevant, really, with the amount of information we're asked to contribute to different things. You need to be careful who you're giving information to. The census is a legitimate organization. I mean, we need to give our information to the census.
That's right. Every 10 years we do this. But there are certain ways that you can know whether or not it's a legitimate census worker or it's a legitimate communication. The census is never going to communicate with you by email or the internet. They're going to call you on the telephone, they're going to send someone to your door, or they're going to send a survey out in the mail.
Yep.
So those are the ways that you're going to be contacted. Certainly don't respond to anything on email.
We need to be skeptical, because skeptical is going to keep us safe in these cases. What other kind of questions do we need to ask to make sure that this is a legitimate survey that we're being asked to fill out?
Well, if a census worker were to call you on the telephone or arrive at your doorstep, my recommendation would be to determine their legitimacy before you start answering any questions. There is a 1-800 number that the census has that, you ask the worker for their name, their ID number, and your case ID number. And with those three things, you can call the census and determine it's legit or it's not legitimate.
And these workers are trained, and they should be okay about answering these questions, right? I mean, they're not going to say, come on, look, I'm with the census, believe me. They're really going to be understanding that you're coming from that kind of point of view.
They're going to have a badge. They're going to have an identification card. Usually they're going to carry a bag with the census logo on it. And if they're at your doorstep, they're probably going to have a handheld computer. Not that those things should, mean it's absolutely legitimate. Right. Be careful. Why not make a telephone call to the 1-800 number and make sure?
What kind of things have we seen or are we afraid we may see from people who are looking to scam you?
Well, we always, every single day of the week, we see scams that are either by the telephone or by email. And certainly we've already heard of email scams connected to the census. So, and with the paper surveys going out April 1st, I'm sure we'll again see illegitimate paper surveys out there as well.
Yeah, it's just something to be aware of as you go forward answering the questions from the census workers. They're going to be coming to your house or calling your house, but not emailing you.
Not emailing you.
Commissioner Jerry Farrell, we appreciate you being here this morning. If you want more information, if you want to just double-check those things before the census comes calling to you, check our website, WTNH.com. Come to the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section of the site.